The Oxford High School shooting happened more than 3 years ago, but it is still fresh in the minds of state lawmakers who want to prevent a similar tragedy from happening again. Our Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic is here for you tonight with the latest debate over school safety in Lansing.
Almost 4 years after the loss of lives at Oxford High School, state lawmakers argue there is still more work to be done to prevent more school shootings in Michigan. And they are debating a 9-bill package which would help the schools to beef up their defense should another mass shooter appear. This former police officer and school resource officer turned state lawmaker from Clarkston wants the Michigan State Police to conduct mandatory training for local schools on what to do if history repeats itself.
Rep. Pavlov has a bill that requires the Michigan State Police to provide uniform, comprehensive school safety training for school resource officers and all staff at Michigan schools.
The defense for schools also includes beefing up the OK to Say state hotline where anybody can phone in a possible threat. And more lockdown drills are part of the package.
We're taking one drill away from the current requirements for fire drills, moving that over to the lockdown side of the drill package, and requires at least one of the lockdown drills being done during lunch, recess, or school assemblies, and at least one lockdown drill while students are in between classes.
But how extensive will the drills be? Will there be fake shooters in the hallways? Representative Harris says that depends on each school on how far they want to go.
It's not all about active shooters. Sometimes it's how to prepare for a hazmat situation in a school. Sometimes there are role-playing type events, right? Other times it's just how do we secure the doors? How do we secure the building? Where should we stand in the classroom? It's not all about bringing in role players. But a good portion of this is how do we react during, passing time in classes, especially in secondary schools.
State lawmakers are more than eager to debate these defensive measures and fund them, but not so much on the pro-gun safety groups pushing hard for an offensive effort to keep weapons out of the hands of mass shooters. This Oakland County senator confesses just before the last election. The votes aren't there for that.
Is it being talked about? Are votes being gathered?
No, it won't. None of that kind of thing will happen in an election year. I actually have the assault weapons bill, the ban. It's one of my stocks. We may be able to talk about that next year.
The post-Oxford defensive measures expected to pass soon. Here for you in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.